Okay, so hi, welcome to part 2 of what's going on for the energy of 1013 through 1019. And this video is going to cover Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So if you are looking for the other sun and rising signs, check out part 1. So let's get into it. Okay, so next up is Libra. So Libra sun and rising, and your channeled message for this week is that this is about a big, huge shift in your power, and also there's a big shift in your work life and in just your life in general. So I felt like there's a passion project that's calling out to you. There is something that you're going to start new, and you're also thinking about your calling. Like, is there something that you are called to do? And there's also room for your creative projects. So like if there has been something in the closet that you haven't finished, a book, a painting, a collage, something, then bring that out and start to work on that this week. And while you're making a decision when it comes to your work life or your career, or is this my calling, or is there something that I really want to accomplish here when it comes to work before I leave this earth, then go ahead and do something creative. And this is going to get you in the mindset of flow. It's going to get you in the mindset of bringing in some insight and some guidance. You're going to listen to your higher self and listen to your heart. So like I said, lots of shifts and changes for you. Make sure you're doing something creative this week with your power. And like I said, if something with your work life is just not congruent with or aligned with who you are and what you want to do and how you want to show up in the world, then you're going to look for new work, or you're going to look for a new side hustle, which could lead to something very promising. It could be your artwork or something where you're showcasing it, and it gives you a boost to your self-esteem. It makes you feel like, wow, people are really seeing me. And that could lead to other social events or other opportunities down the line. So let's just see what card you get for this week. Oh, okay. So I got the 3 of Swords, and this is grief. So sometimes when things are ending, and this has to do with a way of being, a way you've been showing up in the world, a way that you've been working or making your money, or you're dealing with the grief and suffering of some of the things you went through this year, and you're like, okay, so how do I parlay that? How do I handle this? How do I process? Well, use your creative side. Do something creative. Do a creative project, painting, writing, singing, photography, anything like that. And express yourself, express your grief. Maybe there's some hidden grief that you haven't really been able to process. So process it this week, because this week is a very powerful time to step into our power. We don't want to step into our power when we're speaking these words against our heart. So there's some suffering here. And also don't live a lie. So if something has been bothering you, you need to bring it to light. If you've been holding back or masking in your relationship or at work, and you really want to fully express yourself, then you have to better to live the truth than to live a lie. And so there's some suffering, heartbreak, and grief. But the question here is, are you holding on to the grief and suffering? You have to have a way to process it. Write some poetry, listen to some beautiful music, process out some of the heavy introspective months that we've had up until now, where now Pluto is direct. So really, you feel into it. Pull those swords out. What are those 3 things that have been bothering you? And use your creative side to address it, to process it through your art, through your creativity. And this is going to lighten you and then help align you with what your next step is when it comes to your finances, your money, balancing your life, balancing your relationship with your work. So good luck there, Libra. I know you can do it. You have a lot of power and a lot of dignity and grace and diplomacy. So use those things in your life this week. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Scorpio Sun and Rising. This could also possibly be for Scorpio, Venus, and Mars. So, Scorpio, major transformation is what I hear for you this week. This is about home and family. This is about how you're showing up in your home and in your family. And I'm also getting the sense of there are some skeletons in your closet. And I'm not talking about the ones that you are going to put out for decoration for Halloween, but there's some secrets that you've been keeping. And I think it's time to look at that. So there's some things that need to be brought to light in order for your family to help you. You've been hiding some things from them. And there are some things, of course, you can keep to yourself, as Scorpios love to have their privacy on some, certain things, and they don't want to divulge everything. There's an air of mystery to them. But I feel like in this case, now that Pluto is direct, that it's time to say, actually, I've been struggling with this, or actually, I'm thinking about starting this. So let your family know what you've been kind of wrestling with, or maybe they can help you with. You're like, hey, I've been struggling with my weight. Do you have some? Will you work out with me? Will you go for a walk with me? Will you encourage me? Or maybe it's just you have been really hard on yourself when it comes to love. Maybe you're not in a relationship and you would really like one, and you're showing the world a mask that you're like, I'm fine, I got this, I don't need anybody. But in reality, you really would love to have a connection. You don't want someone to control you, of course, but you might be ready, or you want to dip your toe in the waters of dating again, or something like that. So, kind of bring out something that's in your closet that you're ready to look at. And that way you're going to shift your narrative around it. So share with your family. Ask them for some opinions and encouragement. And if you don't have a family that's very encouraging, then seek out a mentor or a friend to assist you at this time. So let's just see what card you get for this week. Okay, so it looks like love is in the air, and I have the Lover's card here. So once again, how could you bring some more love into your life? You're thinking about your love life, or you want to start a new romantic journey. You would like a partner in your life, or the partner that you're with, you want to bring more love to the situation. And you have to be open and receive. So if you've been a little closed off, or during the Pluto retrograde where you were thinking and contemplating things, it's time now to show up, to come out, to transform, to process some of the things that you've been thinking about, or kind of just going over in your mind, or what are things you want to bring in to your life. And yeah, so this is about harmony in your relationships, with your family, with a lover, with a partner, or wanting to date again and bring some love into your life. And how can you celebrate love in your life? How could you love yourself more? What are some things that you've been, the secrets you've been keeping about yourself? What have you been telling yourself about yourself? So start to look at those things and start to talk to yourself kindly, show up for yourself with some self-care and love, and start to open up to your trusted friends and family members about your love, or the things that you love that you want to express fully through your being. So have a wonderful, transformative week there, Scorpio, and we will talk again in 1 week. Okay, so next up for this week is Sagittarius, Sun and Rising. So Sagittarius, Pluto is direct, and it definitely has felt very heavy this year for you. You've gone through a lot. This is a year of 9, which is your year, and you're shedding a layer, the year of the snake, a layer of you, like you're being reborn. So if you haven't felt like people have heard you, if you felt like you were saying things, it's falling on deaf ears, or there's been miscommunication, it's been very frustrating. This week that shifts for you. So this week is about you speaking your truth, you speaking up in your community, you giving out your unfiltered thoughts on social media, publishing, working on a book, and people will begin to listen now, and your words have such power. So be mindful of the words that you are speaking out. Of course, speak it with your own flair. Let it come from your heart, and of course, be fun and entertaining. But I feel like, remember how much power you have with your words. When people are seeking you out for advice, or they just want to go over something with you, and then something just comes to mind, this inspiration, and you speak it, it's very powerful. You don't even know how much of an impact you are making with your friends, your family, your community. And you're really affecting the world, and even globally, when you do videos, or when you're just showing up on Instagram and saying something positive for the day. And there could be that person out there that's just really, in a way, frustrated in their own way, and your positivity, or there's something that you're saying is motivating them, or having them look at things differently, from a different perspective. And so you might not see that. You might just say, I just feel called to say this right here. I need to speak up for myself. Or I'm at work and I'm noticing this, or I'm noticing that the collective here needs a break, or they need some more waters, and you're like, hey, can we get some more waters? Everybody's like, yeah, thanks. So it feels like this week you're the mouthpiece, and it's also about what you're writing. You could be writing something, you could be learning something new, and like for me, I'm taking a deep dive astrology class. I'm a Sagittarius Sun, and I also started a side gig, and I've been able to use my voice in a different way. So just be mindful of what you're saying about yourself, of course. Don't be so hard on yourself. And I know you've been very frustrated with not feeling like you were heard or understood, or being misspoke, or people talking about you behind your back, or just this misunderstanding of what your intentions were, or people even picking fights with you to see what words you're gonna say back. So there's been a lot of people trying to trigger you, and you might have got triggered during the Pluto retrograde. So forgive yourself quickly and get back on track with, be mindful of what you're speaking over yourself, over your life, with your loved ones, with your friends, and in your community, and at the world at large. People are now more receptive to you, so you're going to feel less frustrated, because you'll feel like, okay, that made an impact, or I felt like I was heard. And like I said, you might not know the full impact. You could say something to a coworker and it made their day. You could say something to a complete stranger and it totally lifted them up and made them feel different. Or you could say something motivating on social media, and it makes a difference for the people that have tuned in. So don't be so hard on yourself. Even if you don't have 1 million followers, the ones that are meant to hear you will tune in, and you are making a difference in their lives. So don't get so caught up in the numbers. Don't get so caught up in wanting to immediately get gratification for, I said something, why didn't they do it right away? So have a little bit of patience there, and just know that you are being inspired to be the mouthpiece, to be the oracle right now, to be that person that is sound with, and also confident and assertive. So go ahead and speak it. And you know, the rule is, if you hear it in your mind and your heart 3 times, you got to say it. So just say it. Say it with some salt, say it with some flavor, say it with some sugar, right? But say it, and know that you're making an impact on the world that way. So let's just see what card you get. Okay. Okay, so I got here the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups is asking you, what is waiting for you in your freedom? And it's also asking you to reach out to others with gratitude and compassion. So this is about you healing some past memories, restoring your faith in yourself and your family, and maybe there's something there that you need to heal, someone in your family that you need to have that conversation with to clear the air. And this is also about restoring yourself and not letting the past define you. So it's okay to look at the past. It's okay to go, wow, in the past this happened and that happened, but it's not defining who you are today and how you show up in the world. You've been through many trials, and there are some things that are just, very painful that have happened in your family, I'm sure. And but you're not going to keep reliving that story. You're not going to let that story or that memory, don't keep hitting play on that button, that memory that upsets you. Don't ruminate, okay? It's okay to look at the, when you're driving a car, look in the rear view. But if you're looking at the rear view the whole time, you're going to crash, right? So it's okay to glance back, but you're not going there anymore. It's okay to, if something popped up during the Pluto retrograde and you need to process it, but don't hang on to it, because you're needed right now. Your voice is needed. You're speaking. Maybe there's a podcast. Maybe there, like I said, a book that's coming. Maybe there is just you're just the person at work that is like, hey, Have you ever thought of doing it this way? This way seems a lot easier. And they're like, wow, thanks for speaking up there, because we never thought of that. So don't continue to ruminate. If you are, focus on what you're here to do. Speak your truth. Speak it in love. Speak it with confidence and assertion, and knowing that your words this week and always have a lot of power. So speak kindly over yourself. Speak and manifest into this world what you're being inspired to say. So be inspired, be the inspiration, and don't be afraid to speak it. And if you're feeling kind of blocked in your throat chakra, then listen to a throat chakra meditation. I have one on my channel. And you could also sing in the car. Doesn't matter if you can't carry a tune. It's going to help you to loosen up and open up your throat chakra, because people out there are waiting for this word, this sentence, this paragraph, this maybe there's a speech that you're going to give, and it's going to be very powerful and make a difference. So have a wonderful week, and remember to speak to yourself the way you would speak to one of your friends or your clients. So have a great week. Well, hello there, Capricorn. So now we're talking to you, Sun and Rising, and we are talking about the channeled message for you is something that has been dragging you down, you have let go of, or you are getting ready to let go of. This is a total transformation time for you. Pluto going direct is when you are like, I am no longer putting up with XYZ. I am no longer making excuses as to why I want this, or I deserve this, or I need this in my life. You are understanding that you have value, and that if you've been putting everybody else first, or if you've been making sure everybody else is okay, it's time this week to make sure you are okay, to do something for yourself, to be happy that you are here on this planet and that you have something to do, that your work has value, but also if you're not working, that you still have value no matter what, that your friends and your family value you, and they're enjoying your presence, and they're so happy that you let go of something that was heavy. And if you're still processing it out, that's okay, because you're realizing your worth, you're shedding any insecurity or self-doubt. You're also shedding some feelings, some mixed bag of feelings when you're shifting, right? And you want to have some new experiences, and they're coming to you. So you are really solidifying that I matter, and that the things that I want matter, the things that I need or desire or want to experience in this lifetime, I'm going to do. So you get a boost of motivation this week. So there could be someone that you cut ties with that maybe you're not seeing eye to eye, or this person, every time you try to get together with them, either you just feel so worse about yourself or life, or maybe like they've disappointed you way too many times, and you're like, hey, I'm gonna love you from afar, right? I'm gonna love you from afar, but I'm going to bring in some new people into my life and experiences in order for me to feel like I'm having some fun, because you're known as the workhorse and everyone can depend on you. But it's also for you to say, well, what fun things do I want to do? What things do I want to experience here on Earth before I go? So get your bucket list out and start to check those things off, and know that you have a right to experience great joy. You are very much dependable, and you're there for your family, and you've gone above and beyond. Now go above and beyond for yourself. Really do something spectacular for you. So plan something nice for yourself. And if you can't get anybody else to go, you're going to meet some cool people when you're there. All right. So just go, just show up. And, like I said, if there's been some heavy things that have been weighing you down, do a cord cutting. Ask that all your energy returns to you. And that way you should feel lighter. And light a white candle and ask for purity this week. And light a yellow candle and ask for your energy to be returned to you, that you can show up with confidence and self-esteem about yourself, that you and your needs are going to be met and you matter. So that's what I was getting for you for this week. And let's just see what card you get. Okay. All right, so here we have the Four of Cups, and this person is getting a new opportunity, but they have a little bit of an attitude about it. So either they just don't like the cups that they're being dealt, or they're missing an opportunity because they're in their they're being pouty. So if you have a tendency to see things through a lens of negativity, release the negativity. You don't want to miss an opportunity. There's a golden cup coming your way. There's something fun coming, or a new opportunity. And if you're in your mind, or you're seeing things or filtering things through the past, or think you're protecting yourself by going, oh, never mind, I'm not going to put myself out there, or I'm not going to get disappointed again, you're disappointing yourself. So don't close yourself to new ideas and new paths or new people that might show up in your life. You're secluding yourself a little bit. You're a little closed. You have some apathy. You feel like you missed an opportunity. So change your mindset. The best way to do that would be to take action. You know, whenever we're feeling a little sad or in the dumps, it's so easy to just turn on a movie and eat some popcorn and go, I'm not showing up. But think about something on that bucket list of 5 things or 10 things, and circle one, and be brave enough to say, all right, I am going to try this. Maybe things haven't worked out in the past, or maybe I feel like sometimes I've been dealt this really rough hand, but also know that you could flip this and say, you know what, I need a break from the melancholy. I need a break from being secluded. I need a break from not feeling valued. I'm ready to value myself. I'm going to go do something fun. So go get a ticket to a show. See if you could get someone to go with you. And if not, go by yourself. I recently, I have a North Node in Capricorn, and I recently went to the Mermaid Museum. I didn't have anyone to go with at the time. And I had a ball, and I ended up talking to people around the town, and I went vintage shopping, and I had a blast. It's one of my favorite memories, because I wasn't going to do it because I couldn't find someone to go with, but I was with people that also were enjoying vintage shopping and thought the museum was cool. So I really put myself out there. So put yourself out there. If there's something you want to do, if there's somewhere you wanted to hike to, if there was like a concert you wanted to go to, if there was a museum, right, and you thought it sounded interesting, go. So force yourself, go, and you're going to be surprised, because Pluto went direct, so there's a transformational energy. Don't miss the opportunity, because you're thinking, oh, never mind, it's easier to stay here and I won't get disappointed, but you're disappointing yourself and you're staying in a rut. So that changes for you this week. And so next week, we're going to see how'd you do, right? We're going to talk then, and we're going to see how the energy is shifted for you, and hopefully you are on your way to do one fun thing that you always wanted to do. Okay, so have a fabulous week. Okay, so next up is Aquarius, Sun and Rising. This one could actually also be for an Aquarius moon, because this is a super duper intense week for Aquarius. Pluto goes direct and it was retrograde, and you were working behind the scenes to scramble to do something, and you had some innovative ideas, and if you launched them before October 13th, they might not have picked up or had some traction. So now would be a good time to launch. And this is your cue. This is your cue to step forward. Something you've been working on behind the scenes, bring it to light. And with a little bit of rebelliousness and rebellious nature that you have, right? You're going to do something completely different. You're going to bring in something to help the community, and it's going to be magical. So step into this new version of you. If you've done things in the past creatively or something collectively and it just felt off, don't spend too much time thinking about that. You're just going to show up as if, okay, that was take one and now we're on take two. So you're going to move forward with some kind of creative project. You're going to be using your innovative skills, your intellect. You're going to push back against some cultural norms and create something really cool that the community is going to reflect back joy, admiration for. So if you've been feeling kind of in the dumps, like, why didn't this project take off? Or why, I was doing this, but I didn't get much traction. The world was just in a different place when Pluto is retrograde. And now it's time to move forward with it. So take a leap of faith. Show up, collaborate with some new people. Look at who you're collabing with. Is there some people that you're just misaligned and that could be an issue? Then get aligned. So look at bringing in some new people to collab with. That would help as well. So let's just see what cards you get for this very powerful week. And okay, this one popped out right away. Two of Wands. So you got to believe in your personal power. You can't make this up. This is about discovery, decision, planning. So of course you don't launch something without, making sure you dotted your I's, crossed your T's, that you have everybody on board and you're communicating effectively what's needed from them. And like I said, if someone's on board and they're dragging you down or the energy is misaligned, then it's time for you to get somebody else to fill that spot. And so you really want to balance the energies that are around you. So if anyone doesn't feel like they're aligned with you and your vision for whatever this is, then they need to step back. You can love them from afar. And the question here is, are you afraid to leave your comfort zone? Have you been doing something one way for a while, even though it was creative and innovative? You're like, well, this is safe. Well, now it's time to show up and launch it and level up. So, and even you could sit with, if you have been working on something behind the scenes, you could sit with yourself and go, how could I do this differently? How is there a creative way to do what I've been doing, but different? Like maybe there is a spin that you need. Put a spin on it. Or like I said, maybe a new collaboration will bring in some much needed new energy to the team. Or you're going to get inspired. Maybe it'd be a great time to talk to a life coach or a business partner or someone that you trust to go, hey, I'm doing this. Are you feeling anything about it? And I go, hey, yeah, and maybe you're doing a podcast and you need someone else to balance out. Like it'd be fun to kind of have two people. It's just been you. Try that. Or you've had two people and now it's time to just shine yourself. So just be open to some new ideas and don't play it safe. It's time to take a risk and show up. show up this week. So start to get your ducks in a row, get ready to launch. And if you're not launching this month, like you're launching something very soon. So get everything in order. Check your own energy. Are you aligned? Release any fears and begin to show up this new version of you that's going to help you, your life, your family, your money, your budget, and the collective. So get creative and show up in the world, because the world is waiting for this, whatever it is. And have a wonderful week. Okay, so next up is Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising. So this week might have you in your feels. You are closing the door on something. You are beginning to shift and change. You're going with the flow, but something just isn't flowing anymore. You really want to feel like you're valued. You want to be seen. You want to feel love in your life and do work that that you feel is important, and you just really want to have it all. And so if you haven't had it all, then you're closing the door to the past when you haven't. So I would say this week brings a need for healing and some self-care. So talking to somebody about the shifts and changes is going to help you to kind of process the shift. And so like a therapist or a spiritual advisor, or trusted friend, family member, where you're just kind of processing like, I don't want this anymore. I really want this in my life. And also like some healing of like go do some care, some Reiki, some shadow work, shadow journaling, inspirational writing, get a massage, get your nails done, get your hair done, like really start to nurture yourself and be as kind as you can to yourself, because you're shifting and it feels like you've got to cry a little bit to release the old. So, and you don't know what's coming, you don't know what it feels like to have it all, right? But you're here to manifest it. And so any of those fears that come up, if you get a little teary, like maybe go in one of those like go get a foot detox, or one of those salt pools, or where you can float, like go and float. So whatever you could do to kind of embrace this change, and write your statement of in your journal of what it is that you're going to accept and what you don't, like what you no longer are going to accept in your life. So the way you're shifting is very beautifully and very sensitive, and maybe doing a shamanic journey, maybe doing a past life. Like, is there something in your past life that's been blocking you? Is there something in your past life that's an awesome gift that you could bring back in? So just think on how creatively you could bring more of you and what you desire and what into the forefront, and releasing, maybe spending time near water, or like I said, a foot detox, or spent a salt pool, floating and releasing the past and embracing. You don't know what's coming. You don't know what it feels like to have what you're desiring, but it's going to be really good. Just make room. So this week is called Make Room for the New, and to process those feelings of grief, if you have it, about your old life, because there's a new life right on the horizon. And I shuffled the cards to see what you got, and you got the Queen of Cups. Look at her, knowing that she gets what she deserves, that beautiful chalice, just resting in her hands. And you're just going to allow the healing and the nurturing to begin. You're going to nurture yourself this week. And with compassion, you're going to listen to your intuitive hits, your intuition. You're highly intuitive. This is very feminine healing energy. So if anyone wants to give you a gift, or they're like, I'm gonna go take you out to eat, or I'm gonna I'm going to buy you a massage. Allow it. Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to receive love and to receive any help if it's sent your way. And the question is, are you allowing yourself to receive healing and love? So if you're blocking it like, no, I don't need any help, or no, I'm fine, and oh, you don't have to do that for me. No, know that you've been here before many lifetimes. And in this lifetime, through processing some of the sorrow and the grief that you might feel in the collective or in the world, that you have to release it and go, well, what is rightfully mine? What do I want to be an example. I want to go like, look, you can have a wonderful relationship and work that you love if you so desire. And, I want to live in the mountains or by the water or whatever this is, by a lake. So start to really process out the ways that you've settled for less, and maybe where you've been unkind to yourself or put yourself last on the list, because this week it's about processing that out and embracing some healing so that you can have what your heart desires, and that's coming to you. So have a wonderful week, Pisces, and speak kindly to yourself. You have to pencil in that self-care. It's super important, and journal anything that comes up. Pay attention to your dreams and trust your higher self and your intuition. Have a fabulous week, and we will talk again next week.